How did Marvel's latest blockbuster manage to shatter global records while simultaneously crashing and burning in its own backyard? The Fantastic Four: First Steps was supposed to be the MCU's triumphant reset. Instead, it's become a bizarre paradox, earning millions overseas while facing serious trouble at home. With a massive cast, a world-ending villain, and a budget that could fund a small country, this film was destined to be headline news. But no one predicted this outcome. Let's dive deep into what's working, what's failing, and why this strange box office rollercoaster could change everything for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. When Marvel Studios announced a new Fantastic Four, expectations went through the roof, and not just from comic book fans. Pedro Pascal stepping in as Reed Richards? That alone sparked wildfire-level buzz online. Pair him with Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, and Eben Moss-Backrack, and suddenly, this reboot felt like a carefully curated answer to the MCU's recent slump. The stakes couldn't be higher. With Disney under pressure and superhero fatigue creeping in, this wasn't just another movie. It was Marvel's lifeline, at $200 million plus gamble they had to win. But what actually happened once it hit theaters caught everyone off guard. Surprisingly, reviews poured in with one unexpected theme: this movie worked. Rotten Tomatoes lit up with an 86% certified fresh score from critics. Even more impressive, the audience rating climbed to 92%, marking one of the most well-received entries since No Way Home. Reviewers praised its tighter narrative, emotionally grounded performances, and finally giving Galactus the cosmic weight he deserved. This wasn't another quip-filled, CGI-saturated mess. It was more focused, more intense, and more character-driven. For once, it seemed like Marvel had heard the criticism and responded. Then came the crash. By its second weekend, the Fantastic Four: First Steps nosedived 66% at the US box office. That's not just a stumble, that's one of the steepest second-week drops in MCU history. In just 7 days, the narrative flipped. From Marvel's back to what went wrong, analysts pointed fingers in all directions: oversaturation, poor timing, ineffective trailers, and a lack of strong domestic buzz. Even with great reviews, audiences seem to hesitate. Some say the superhero genre is simply on pause in America, while others believe the marketing failed to hook casual viewers. Whatever the reason, Marvel wasn't celebrating at home. While the US audience pulled back, international viewers rushed in. By the end of weekend 2, the global box office had soared past $368 million. That number might not sound mind-blowing for a Marvel movie, but here's the twist. In just 10 days, it already outperformed The Marvels and The Incredible Hulk in total lifetime revenue. In fact, it's now the 12th film this year to pass the $350 million mark, and we're still counting. Markets like China, Brazil, South Korea, and the UK showed major turnout. International audiences seemed to embrace the tone, the visual scale, and interestingly, the new team dynamic more than American viewers. So, here's where it gets complicated. The movie reportedly cost upwards of $200 million to make. With additional marketing expenses, its break-even point could hover near the $500 million mark. That means this isn't a clear win yet. While reaching $400 million would already be enough to outperform Black Widow, Thunderbolts, and even Captain America: The First Avenger, it doesn't guarantee profit. Marvel needs legs, strong ones. Sustained international turnout, merchandise sales, streaming success, all of it now plays into whether this reboot is labeled a hit or another near miss. Let's talk about what actually clicked. Critics and audiences have applauded the cast's chemistry, especially Pascal's grounded performance as a haunted, driven Reed Richards. The dynamic between the four leads feels real, even raw at times, giving weight to the story's emotional beats. Then there's Galactus, finally treated with the scale and seriousness fans had begged for. Ralph Inessen's deep, brooding voice brought cosmic terror to life, something past MCU villains rarely achieved. The story also took a more grounded path. Fewer quips, more heart, less spectacle for spectacle's sake, more tension and purpose. It didn't reinvent the MCU, but it reminded people what Marvel can do when it stops playing safe. Of course, the film isn't without cracks. Some found the pacing uneven, especially in the second act. Others questioned whether the script played things too safe, given the opportunity to shake up the universe. But most notably, the marketing didn't land. Teasers left many confused or underwhelmed. Rumors even suggest late-stage reshoots changed major scenes, possibly dulling some of the original edge. And while Galactus impressed fans, the build-up to his arrival left others feeling like the movie held back too much. Was Marvel afraid to go full cosmic after past backlash? Here's the wild part. Despite everything, the massive budget, the shaky start, the drop-off, Fantastic Four: First Steps might still be Marvel's comeback story. With Captain America, Brave New World, and Thunderbolts both underperforming earlier this year, this reboot could end up carrying the torch for the rest of the MCU in 2025. And with X-Men and Secret Wars
looming on the horizon. This might be the pivot point.
The moment Marvel stops relying on nostalgia and starts building again. Whether it was intentional or not, this film planted a seed, and it's growing, just not where we expected. So what exactly is Fantastic Four? First steps: a flawed masterpiece? A misunderstood hit? A ticking time bomb with a $500 million deadline? Whatever it is, it's not boring. It's chaotic, ambitious, imperfect, and undeniably fascinating